shortest minute ever. There we go. You ready? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Fayette County Commissioners meeting. It is Thursday, November 20th, 2025. It is approximately at 10 a.m. The first thing, when we stand, we would like to take a moment to remember two of our fallen employees who passed within the last 2 weeks. So if we could take a moment of silence, we'd appreciate it. Thank you. And we'll start with a prayer by Brian Higbee from the City Church of Connellsville.
Yeah, thank you. Let us pray. Father, when we lose those people that are close to us, it impacts our lives, but how much more it impacts those that are part of the family. And so we pray for the families of those who have passed on. We ask that you would just bless their season of grieving. And Lord, would you just bring a comfort to them now in Jesus' name. Father, I also pray for the commissioners. They stand in a place that is that has been held by many before them, going the whole way back to the forming of our nation. Father, I ask that as great men that have gone before us, that have seen this land and had vision for this land, you, Lord, have blown the fog away and made clear what this land should become. And so too, do these men that stand here today need to have that same clear vision for Fayette County. And so, Lord, I ask that you would make crystal clear the path that's ahead that you choose, your path of blessing, Lord God, your path that shows them the steps that they should take. For it says in the Word, the steps of a righteous man are ordered of the Lord. And so, Father, I thank you that you have ordered the steps of our commissioners, of all of those that have serve in our county, all those that are guiding, and all those of us who live in this county who love you and bless your name. Father, I thank you for this county. I thank you for the blessing that it is to our lives, that we can live, move, and have our being in this wonderful county that we have the pleasure to live in. So, Father, again, I just ask, as they meet today, make clear, Lord God, the vision that's ahead and the things that they must lay their hand to in Jesus' name. And all the people of God said, amen. Amen. Thank you.
Everybody will face the flag and repeat.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Chrissy, would you like to take attendance?
Sure. Commissioner Chairman Scott Dunn.
Here.
Commissioner Vincent Vasidis.
Here.
Commissioner Harry Kaufman.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. We are at number 6. We will accept public comment on agenda items only. You're limited to 3 minutes. Anybody have public comment?
Good morning. I'm Amy Liston, and up until October 28, 2025, I was the chief clerk. Since the commissioners are taking action on my separation today, I want to set the record straight. I was handed a termination letter at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday after 2 HR reps and a deputy sheriff walked into my office. None of the 3 commissioners, who all signed the letter, had the decency to speak to me and tell me that my job was ending. In fact, I was not given any notice or progressive discipline whatsoever. I was a newspaper reporter for 20 years prior to taking the job as chief clerk. During that time, I did my job fairly and honestly, as I did the job of chief clerk. An official allegedly viewed my interactions as rude and hostile. I don't know what's rude and hostile about being fair and honest, but I know that having 3 people march into my office, shove a letter in my face, and telling me to immediately leave after 13 and a half years on the job is rude and hostile. I was accused of using inappropriate language in public. Not sure where or what that was about, but a few months ago, Commissioner Vasides dropped the F-bomb and used the B word when talking about State Representative Charity Grim-Krupa on a live radio broadcast. Commissioner Dunn dropped the F-bomb while on a Zoom meeting with the former Penn State Fayette president, and they are elected officials. I guess I was held to a higher standard. I was told once I was too frank, so apparently frankness, or honesty, is not valued by these commissioners. People think the political machine died with Fred Lefter. It didn't. It just crossed party lines. I was also told I was tardy. If the commissioners are going to let people go for being tardy, perhaps they should start with Commissioner Vasides stepping down because he's rarely on time for a 10 a.m. meeting. There are people who come late, leave early, come and go as they please that are still county employees. During COVID, I was one of a handful of employees who worked every day in the courthouse, while others were off completely or working from home. I even did a Zoom meeting from my home when I was sick with COVID. And I came back to work the day after my 18-year-old son's funeral. I never asked for extra donated days, while some people asked multiple times. Although job performance was mentioned in my letter, no examples were given. I would say it wasn't my job performance, it was politics and personality. Not long before I was let go, I asked these public officials about salaries of public employees and why multiple department heads with less experience and education made tens of thousands of dollars more than I did after 13 and a half years. I was told simply, they deserve it. I think the people of Fayette County deserve fair and honest leadership. That's why I'm announcing I will be seeking the Democratic nomination for Fayette County Commissioner in the spring 2027 primary. So I'll see you on the campaign trail. And in the words of my late son, peace out.
Okay, anybody else? Okay.
I can't actually find the item that I had a question about, so I can't reference it. Is there an education board being formed, being voted on today?
Yes, we will be voting on forming a Fayette County Educational Authority.
Okay, and so is there a board of members that will be in charge of that authority?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess my question is, how are those board members selected?
We're not at that point yet.
Okay,
Yeah, so we will be, that will happen when we determine bylaws, and we are at the point where today we're going to direct the solicitor to send the articles of incorporation to
Okay.
the state.
and so I guess my other question is, with all of the consolidations happening with the school districts in Fayette County, would that, and from what I understand, the feasibility studies that are being performed are from Harrisburg, does that indicate that there's maybe a move towards county consolidated
No,
schools?
No, this has nothing to do with the school districts in Fayette County. This has everything to do with the situation at Penn State Fayette.
Okay,
And that's the primary focus of the Educational Authority. It has nothing to do with school districts.
oh, okay, great,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else for comment on agenda items? If not, we will move to number 7, recognition of the Chief Juvenile Probation Officer of the Year, and that is Heath Randolph. Congratulations. So as the, this is a statewide board, this isn't from Fayette County, so we're very proud of All right, number 8, the report of the controller.
Everybody left for the controller's report. I wanted to take a moment.
First time, Rob, right?
No, I'm used to it. I'm acclimated to that. I wanted to take a moment to recognize the United States Marine Corps on the anniversary of their 250th birthday, founded here in Pennsylvania, 10 November 1775 in Philadelphia, the world's finest fighting force. I served for 13 years, and I just want to recognize those men and women that also served in the United States Marine Corps. Amen. I submit to you the Controller's Report for Fayette County, November 20th, 2025. In our general fund, we have a cash balance in the general ledger of $1,272,007.95. We have nothing listed on our tax anticipation note. Our 2025 revenue, our budget was $57,311,824.46. Year to date, $44,802,822.74, which is 78.17%. Our 25 expenditures, our budget was $55,698,98621,180. Year to date, $44,669,067.27. We have used 80.2%. Monies due to the general fund. Payroll payments due to general fund total $11,792,919.47. In our Act 13 Marcellus Shale Fund, Fund 13, we have a cash balance in conventional wells account of $632,414.68. Our legacy account, $120,924.04. And in our bridge department account, $2,237,454.59. In our capital reserve fund, Fund 51, we have a cash balance of $31,729.13. If anyone has any questions, please contact me in the controller's office. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Rob. If I could just add a comment to his report. The tax anticipation note that is paid off for 2025. For the first time since I've been commissioner, every year we get a $9 million tax anticipation note. This year we only drew down $6 million, which saves considerable amount of interest for the taxpayers of Fayette County, and that is already paid off. The second thing is that we had a special meeting where we approved the application for a budget bridge loan due to the state budget impasse. That is no longer happening. And so we did not borrow $5.5 million. We have received money from the state of Pennsylvania. So that went away, and so there was no cost to the taxpayers for that as well. So thank you very much. All right, number 9, Fayette County Redevelopment Authority. Chrissy?
I'm going to apologize for my voice in advance, so everyone knows. Consider adoption of the attached resolution, which approves funding recommendations for Fayette County's 2025-2026 Local Share Account LSA program application being submitted by the Fayette County Redevelopment Authority to the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development, DCED. A copy of the resolution, is attached.
So moved.
Second. The motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Yes, I will. I just wanted to add that we received about 82 applications for totaling $3.2 million. We ended up recommending for approval to the state about 20 of those applications for about $620,000. This program is always, we get way more applications than we have funds for. So we always stress, impact on the community, and we always try for geographical fairness. We're trying to hit all parts of the county with these funds. So, and we also are working with the people that did not get funding, and what we try to do there is send them other places that we know that grants are available. So, but we're moving forward with our LSA program.
And also, these awards will be awarded at the State Theater, I believe, first or second Friday in January. I'm not sure the exact date, but I know there's a time set up, but that's when the award will be.
This program has really helped a lot of communities across the county. We've given out almost all the funds to the communities, and we've given out millions and millions of dollars over the course of the last several years. And it's definitely had an impact. We think it's a good program, and we want to make sure that communities benefit from it.
Okay. All right. The motion's properly moved and seconded. Without further discussion, call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 10, Behavioral Health Administration.
Consider approval of the following contract, professional service, and modification agreements. We have one for Health Choices, professional Health Choices fee for service of 2026, base contract agreements for 25-26, modification agreement number 1, modification agreement number 3, and the rates are listed.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 11, Buildings and Grounds.
Consider approval of Triangle Roofing Co-Stars number 190564 at the rate of $343,600 for the Fayette County Public Service Building Roof Project.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0.
We've been focused on this project for several years, and the cost was, the final decision here on the cost is a lot better than what we had looked at in the past. It was probably going to be double that, or close to it. So we really got a good price on this to fix that roof on the public service building.
Yeah, and they're gonna start with the work in March of 26, so it's not very far off, and it's a 14-day work job. So those were both sooner and shorter work time than the other bidders, plus it was a lower price. And the company is a good company, so we're very pleased with it.
All right, number 12, Children and Youth.
Consider approval of a fiscal year 2025-26 purchase of service agreement between the County of Fayette through Fayette County Children and Youth Services and Presley Ridge, 5500 Corporate Drive, Suite 400, Uniontown, PA, 15237, for family behavioral therapy with 4 therapists. The rate of the service is $232,000 annually.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's properly moved and seconded. I will just clarify they're located in Pittsburgh, not in Uniontown, but that's close enough.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sick. My head is clogged today.
Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of a fiscal year 2025-26 purchase service agreement between the County of Fayette through Fayette County Children and Youth Services and Fayette County Juvenile Probation and Presley Ridge, 5500 Corporate Drive, Suite 400, Pittsburgh, PA, 15237, for all related counseling services, consultants, assessments, court testimony, documentation, and collateral activity for all family preservation services provided to the county at a rate of $97.77 per hour.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of a fiscal year 25-26 purchase service agreement between the County of Fayette through Fayette County Children and Youth Services and Presley Ridge, 5500 Corporate Drive, Suite 400, Pittsburgh, PA 15237, for home builders and parents and children together, PACT, with one therapist. The rate for the service is $127,000 annually.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of a fiscal year 25-26 memorandum of understanding for a term of 1 year from November 1st, 2025 through October 31st, 2026 between the County of Fayette through Fayette County Children and Youth Services and the Pennsylvania Children and Youth Association, PCYA, for the Accenture Avenues Virtual Reality Training Program. The cost for Fayette County is 1.7% of the total cost proportionally allocated across all counties. The cost as of now for Fayette County is $4,932 plus $3,000 for virtual reality headsets for a total cost of $7,932. This is assuming that all counties share in the cost. This amount may change if the number of counties participating changes or unanticipated expenses arise.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries.
Consider approval of a fiscal year 25-26 amendment to professional consultancy services statement of work, SOW, between the County of Fayette through Fayette County Children and Youth Services and Carpenter Aid, Inc., CAI, 1390 Ridgeview Drive, Suite 301, Allentown, PA 18104, to provide additional hours for professional consultancy services. This amendment increases the maximum fiscal consultancy services hours to a total of 1,700 hours, with an increase in the maximum cost of the services not to exceed $195,500.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of a fiscal year 25-26 purchase of service agreement between Fayette County through Fayette County Children and Youth Services and Fayette County Juvenile Probation and the Children's Home of Reading, CHOR, 1010 Center Avenue, Reading, PA 19601, for placement services on an as-needed basis. The rates are below.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of a fiscal year 25-26 purchase of service agreement between the County of Fayette through Fayette County Children and Youth Services and Fayette County Juvenile Probation and Wesley Family Services, 221 Penn Avenue, Wilkinsburg, PA 15221, for foster care services on an as-needed basis. The rates are listed below.
So moved. Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Number 13, Office of Human and Community Services, FACT.
Consider approval for Fayette County Coordinated Transportation, FACT, to re-advertise for an invitation for bids to repair a roof skylight, building facade, and replacing existing construction in kind located at the FACT Administration Building located at 825 Airport Road, Lemont Furnace, PA.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval for FACT to send up to 3 employees to the PPTA, Penn Train ADA Deep Dive Training scheduled for Thursday, December 11th, 2025 in Allentown, PA. Authorization will include course registration expenses, attendance, in addition to lodging and related travel expenses.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval to perform a fixed route and bus shelter analysis to determine if our fixed route system needs changed and/or modified.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
Just that, things change over the years, demographics change, and I think it's been a while since we did a fixed route or bus shelter analysis. We're always trying to improve fact any way we can. So I think doing this analysis will help us improve the system.
Anything else? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 14, Human Resources.
Under the Commissioners, consider approval of the separation of Amy Liston, Chief Clerk, effective October 28th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Under Children and Youth Services, consider approval of the resignation of Lorena Watson, Caseworker 2, effective October 21st, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Under the Election Bureau, consider the ratification of the promotion of Benjamin Mosier to Department Clerk 3, SEIU, pay grade 7, step SR, $14.73 an hour, $28,723.50 annually, effective September 29th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Under Emergency Management, consider approval of the resignation of Brittany Smitley, part-time dispatcher, effective October 23rd, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0.
Consider the approval of the resignation of Danielle Massioli, dispatcher 2, effective October 20th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider the ratification of the promotion of Colleen Plavy to full-time dispatcher 1, SEIU, pay grade 10, step SR, $21.31 an hour, $44,324.50 annually, effective November 3rd, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider the ratification of the promotion of Dalton Vitez to full-time dispatcher 1, SEIU, pay grade 10, step SR, $21.31 an hour, $44,324.50 annually, effective November 3rd, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider the ratification of the promotion of Kara Pillar to full-time dispatcher 1, SEIU, pay grade 10, step SR, $21.31 an hour, $44,324.50 annually, effective November 17th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
We move on to fact. Consider the ratification of the hiring of Habib Uzbar, full-time bus driver, CDL, SEIU, pay grade 14, step SR, $18.70 per hour, $36,465 annually, effective November 3rd, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0.
Consider the ratification of the hiring of Stephen Tressler, full-time bus driver, non-CDL, SEIU, pay grade 12, step SR, $17.45 per hour, $34,027.50 annually, effective November 3rd, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider the approval of the resignation of Gabrielle Duncan, full-time bus driver, effective October 30th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
We move on to behavioral health. Consider the ratification of the hiring of Alexandria Koff, caseworker 2, non-union, non-supervisor, pay grade 35, step EE, $21 an hour, $40,950 annually, effective October 22nd, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider the ratification of the transfer of Caitlin Baylog to fiscal assistant, SEIU, pay grade 30, step A, $16.97 an hour, $33,091.50 annually, effective November 3rd, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of the resignation of Rachel Visaki, caseworker 1, effective October 10th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider placing on the agenda the approval of the retirement of Robert Keefover, caseworker 2, effective October 14th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 15, Office of Tax Services.
Under tax assessment, consider a motion to approve the LERTA, L-E-R-T-A, application by Aurori, thank you, Enterprises Ltd. for parcel numbers 05-06-0522, 23, 24, 25, 26, located at 223 North 3rd Street, Connellsville, PA, 15425. The plan is to construct a commercial building on vacant land at this location within the city of Connellsville, LERTA Zone 5. County approval is subject to approvals by the city of Connellsville and Connellsville Area School District.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? I will say that we've received the notification of approval from the city of Connellsville, and we've been told that the school district approved this last night. Just add that to the record.
They
No,
need all-
we didn't
need
vote.
all three taxing
Right.
bodies to approve it, of course. If
Right.
one doesn't, then it's not approved.
Right. Any further questions or comments? If not, hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Under tax claim, consider approval of the following repository bids opened on November 5th, 2025, subject to all conditions being met. The total bid amount is $3,602.75, and the bids are listed below.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 16, Planning, Zoning, and Community Development.
Consider approval of agreement R25120019 for the Fayette County Sheepskin Trail Nyland Bridge Construction Project, comprising MPMS number 122384, which is in Spring Hill Township.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of change order number 1 for Mill Run Park Trail Project. Change order cost is $6,354.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 17, Treasurer.
Consider approval to enter into a contract with Numo for a program for collecting and registering hotel excise tax at no additional cost to the Fayette County.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Just so everybody understands what this is, and we thank the treasurer for researching this and getting us in touch with these people. This is for collection of the hotel tax. We are aware that some Airbnb-type organizations do not pay their hotel tax. This identifies them, and so we can start collecting the hotel tax that is due to Fayette County. Yep. Without hearing further discussion, call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 18, Commissioners.
Consider approval of the October 14th, 2025 Commissioners' Agenda Meeting Minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of the October 16th, 2025 Commissioners' Meeting Minutes.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of the October 16th, 2025 Special Commissioners' Meeting Minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of the November 6th, 2025 Special Commissioners' Meeting Minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of a proposed 2026 Fayette County General Fund budget.
I would like to add to this motion with revenues and expenses balanced at $54,441,928, and that there would be no tax increase for 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
Just, we're proposing it. We have 20 days it has to be out for public review. We're still working on it. We still have a lot of work to do. Particularly on the revenues, the expenditure side. So our work is not done yet, but hopefully we'll have it completed by our next meeting, and we'll have a good, sound 2026 budget.
So the increase in spending from 25 to 26 is $75,000. These are some of the things that we've been faced with this year. Our health care for our employees increased $1 million. We have an increase in our CYS match of $878,000. And then that, just adding in our normal staff salary increases, we have seen some of our expenses increase greatly. Part of our job as commissioners has been to see where we can shave off expenses off the budget to compensate for the increases that I've just mentioned. So we're very proud that despite all those increases, our budget has gone up 0.14% this year.
And throughout the year so far, we've made a lot of decisions that have helped trim the budget through attrition and different ways to save money. And we'll continue that mindset as we go forward throughout 2026. There's a way that we can save funding throughout the year through attrition or any other way of cost savings. We're going to do everything we can to accomplish that.
And a lot-
Of course, automation has been a big part of helping now and especially down the road. Will help us cut costs But we've been working on this, I believe, since August, correct?
September anyway.
August, September. So we're pleased that we can bring this budget to the taxpayers and to the Fayette County residents. And we're going to keep striving to keep this thing going. So thank you.
Yeah, we're pleased that we're able to balance this without a tax increase. I've always tried to strive to do that. Tax increases are only as a last resort in my book, and we were able to do that this year. And that is, during my tenure, that's the 21st time that I have not raised taxes since I've been a commissioner.
With no further comments, we will take this up for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. I will just add thank you to our finance department, which includes our finance director, Casey Leonard. I know that there have been a lot of sleepless nights over the last 2 months. So.
Yeah, great job.
Yes, sir.
You made the transition to the position, and you're really doing well, and we appreciate your efforts.
Consider approval for the renewal of the lease for Magisterial District Court 14-30-02. District Judge Daniel Shimshock, 1 East Church Avenue, Masontown, PA.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Solicitor, you're okay with that?
Yes, that's the one we have with the borough
Okay.
there, so it's a kind of a nice situation. We're able to help them out, but it's also a very nice facility for the court.
We'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of the adoption of the Fayette County Right to Know Request Policy and Fayette County Right to Know Departmental Coordination Policy as attached.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0.
Jack, you looked through this, and this
I
is
did, and-
improvement what we've had.
And it does fill in, I mean, most of the requirements are in the law.
Yeah.
But this fills in a few of the blanks, it gives us a little bit of structure. Mr. Rayful is now in charge of the Right to Know, and he spearheaded the effort to come up with the policies, and he's comfortable with them, which is most important. Because he'll be handling the day-to-day responses to these requests.
Great, thank you.
Consider approval of the resignation of Fayette County Assessment Appeals Board member Larry Bush, effective October 22nd, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Just want to say thanks to Mr. Bush for many years of appearing on that board.
Yeah, I sat, since I've been solicitor, I've done most of those hearings. Mr. Bush has been an excellent board member, always attentive, very interested in the work. Sad to see him go, but it's a challenging job because you're having to tell people sometimes something they don't want to hear. But his service was very honorable to the county.
Yeah, his service goes a long way throughout the community, too. Mr. Bush has been on many boards, and he's done a lot in the community, so we applaud him and thank him.
Best of wishes to him.
Call for a vote, or did we vote?
No
Call
vote.
for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of the appointment of Scott Dunn to the Conservation District as the Commissioner Representative with a term to expire on December 31st, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Consider approval of the appointment of Jason Foster to the Conservation District Board as a Public Director with a term to expire on December 31st, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of the appointment of one person to the Conservation District Board as a Farmer Director with a term to expire on December 31st, 2029.
Is that Jake?
No. I'd like to make the nomination of Todd Minor. Is there a
Okay.
second?
So moved?
Second. Or you made the motion,
Yeah.
so I'll second.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, Todd, I believe you have to get a nomination for this particular board, and I believe he was the only one that had a nomination other than yours, other than Jason Foster.
Right. So, call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of a resolution authorizing the creation of the Fayette County Educational Authority and directing the appropriate officials of Fayette County to take all necessary actions needed to create such authority. One purpose of the proposed authority would be to address the future use of the Penn State Fayette campus facility. A copy of this resolution is attached.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
The motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? So as the motion says, this is primarily to address the future use of the Penn State campus facility. This is not to indicate that there has been any resolution to the issues regarding Penn State Fayette. What we are doing is trying to position ourselves that if they make a decision regarding the campus property, that we have the entity prepared to accept the property and to own and operate the property. I want to, you see the three commissioners doing this today. We have a Eberly campus transition team that is meeting and speaking regularly, and so this was the recommendation of our consensus of our transition team. We are still speaking with the Penn State transition team. We're still working with them. Our goal ultimately with Penn State campus is to provide college education, training, trades, and workforce development on that site. And simply this creates the entity to accept the property should Penn State Board of Trustees agree to transfer the property. And we will have a press release prepared for what we're doing today, which is available to you as you leave.
This has nothing to do with any of the school districts in Fayette County. This is all geared towards their Eberly campus. And we're just being proactive so we don't have any lag time once we get answers from the Penn State Board of Trustees. We want to, if we get answers and then if we have the authority in place, we're doing things simultaneously to focus on the goal of having higher education at the campus as soon as Penn State leaves.
A lot of time and effort has gone into not only this decision, but the weeks and months that we've been together as a committee, transition committee, and I want to thank those people on the committee. They've done a great job, and we're hoping that we can bring back higher education to Fayette County. That's the goal here. We need it with our poverty rate being where it is. This is the only way out. So hopefully we can make this happen and keep this campus alive, not as Penn State, but as the Eberly campus, and bringing the educational needs that our employers have to that site. So we're moving ahead. It's very proactive, I believe.
Yeah, and I have to commend the transition committee. They've met with several entities trying to, put a plan together, and they've done a good job transitioning thus far. We have a lot of work ahead now.
In a short time to do it. So, without any further comment, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 19, any public announcements? I have two. The first is related to the Penn State. I want to thank Senator Senator Pat Stefano for his comments on the Senate floor yesterday regarding our plight with the campus. So that's A. The second is America 250 is coming up. We will be 250 years old July 4th, 2026. As part of that celebration, there is a Fayette County bell, which will be unveiled on Saturday, December 20th, at the Fayette County Courthouse at 10 a.m. And the public is invited to see Fayette County's efforts to celebrate America's 250th birthday.
And that's a unique bell because it'll have paintings of Fayette County stuff. I'm not sure what, but it's going to be very unique, and so I'm anxious to see it, and I'm sure everyone should try to stop by and see it at their convenience. Maybe not this year, but in the coming January, February, March area. But it'd be great to see it.
It'll be on display at the courthouse following that. So,
The only announcement I have is Happy Thanksgiving.
yeah, absolutely. We have a lot to be thankful for in this country. So, hearing number 20. Is there any public comment? Okay, you can step up. You have 3 minutes.
We do have the press release here, so on your way out, please pick one up on the authority.
State your name.
Yes, my name is Sheena White. I'm a taxpayer at Franklin Township. I guess my question is in regards to the item number 17. Will the NUMO system, I guess, track who did or did not pay that tax? Is that, is the hotel tax? I'm assuming that that's what that
That's my
system is for.
understanding, that it'll be able to detect all of the hotels that should be paying the tax to the county.
Okay.
And-
Airbnbs.
Right.
There's a lot of them in the county, and it's just, that'll help us focus and identify them, and then we can proceed to have them pay the.
Okay, so if they haven't paid in the past, is it going to be retroactive, or is it just moving forward from the time that the system is implemented, I guess?
We're not sure about
It's
that.
going to be hard to go back, and that'll be looked at certainly, but
It's going to be a legal issue.
And then I guess my other question is, where is that funding applied, as in terms of the budget?
So the hotel tax that we collect, we only keep 4% of the hotel tax that is collected, and that is for our administrative costs in the treasurer's office, so that they collect it. 96% of the money gets transferred to the Go Laurel Highlands, and this is who is our designated tourism marketing agency. This is all in the county code, and I actually have a post on Facebook about the specific law. They receive 96% of that money, and they do two things with that money. They market Fayette County tourism, and so when you see, and it's hard to see because they're marketing it outside of Fayette County.
Right.
So.
No, I understand that, because you want to draw people in.
Yeah, so they're
apparently.
marketing it in DC and Baltimore and, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, and, all these other places. So when you go to the airport and you see a Falling Water ad, that is paid for through the hotel tax funds.
Okay.
So and the second thing that they do, and again, this is all enumerated in the code, is they have a grant program, and it's specifically for businesses in the tourism market. And so that's the two things, that's how that money is returned to Fayette County.
That money comes, 50% of it comes back to the county, and then we distribute hotel tax funds.
Right, so we do, there's a portion of that grant that we control through the chamber. The chamber administers that, and then there's multiple grant opportunities for tourism-related entities.
We have a hotel tax grant board that decides the grants. They choose who gets funded, meeting the guidelines of the grant. They can be nonprofits or private businesses.
as Scott mentioned, I mean, the Pittsburgh airport, but if you watch the local Pittsburgh WTAE, Channel 11, et cetera, there are ads on there. And there are ads in Pittsburgher Magazine that people get locally here. So, you know, you can't see them in the billboards, et cetera. So they do a good job. And what was the 2024 spending on tourism? $776 million?
Yeah, $762 million are spent on tourism in Fayette County. That's 15% of all spending in Fayette County. It comes from tourists.
That's a good return
Yeah.
on our money, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Well, you know, I'm glad that we're pursuing this because it'll give us more funds coming in as well. And it's only fair that
That's
they
the
pay
point, to
what
make it fair, because some people
Yes.
pay this
Right.
regularly and others do not.
Right.
we want to try to make it as fair as possible.
State your name.
George Rattay, Chairman of the Fayette County Democratic Party. If I may, and I know that this wasn't on the agenda, but I think what I need to say, I want to thank the county commissioners. I got a phone call on November 4th, probably 10 after 7. This particular individual couldn't vote. And I said, before you make a mountain out of a molehill, I said, go in and see the judge of elections. Please have the judge of election call Mary Beth here at the Bureau of Elections. And about the time I got to the Bureau of Elections, it was probably a little after 9. There was a press release. I have it here. I like to state it to be part of the records. I want to commend you 3 individuals for what you did to rectify the problem what happened here on November 4th. It was a state problem, but it became a Fayette County problem. And I want to thank you how it was handled professionally here. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you very much. I want to applaud Commissioner Dunn. He spearheaded that response, and I'm very proud of what transpired through his work and Vince and myself, but especially the Election Bureau, how they handled it. And they went to the paper very quickly, and things went very smoothly from that. But we're still a little bit upset with the Pennsylvania, because I don't think we really got quite an apology yet for their GAFU that really came back on us.
So, first off, the voting snafu, for lack of a better word, happened to me. I was not able to vote. I voted via provisional ballot, as did 275 other citizens in Fayette County. The hard, and thank you for the kind words, but I want to take that over to our Election Bureau and our workers in the precincts, our judges of election, inspectors and clerks. They're the people that made this happen. It was a very chaotic scene. We had members of the voters coming in saying, why isn't this happening? We had candidates coming in saying, we have an issue. And the initial discussion with the Department of State was, this is an issue only for Fayette County. And they did not give us initially the fact that the incorrect file had been sent to us to be downloaded into the poll pads. So it took them about a half hour to figure out that there was an issue. That was about 9 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, all Fayette County precincts have been switched over to the paper poll book. That was due to the Herculean effort of our Election Bureau, and it made for a long day to our people working the polls, because now instead of having the poll pad, which takes 6 seconds to check somebody in, now you're leafing through a book. Some of those books have 2,000 names in them. So I want to throw out from the county commissioners a debt of gratitude to both those parties, our precinct workers and our Election Bureau, for making that switch happen in a very timely fashion. And again, we, as Commissioner Kaufman stated, we really haven't been given a very good explanation of why this happened, or the assurance that it's they're going to make sure that this doesn't happen again. The file in question contained outdated voter information. It contained voter information from 2024. The file that we received was titled Municipal Election 2025. It contained 79,000 individual voter records. There was no way that we could, 3 days before the election, comb through that record to make sure that everybody is accurate. But the Election Bureau went an extra step, thanks to Solicitor Hyde, on election night. We queried all of the judges of elections as they returned to the Fayette County Election Bureau that night, trying to find out how many people were actually affected by this. We're aware that about 10 people in Fayette County did not get to vote because of this. I consider voting as your most basic right as an American citizen. It's not enumerated in the Constitution, but that is voting is what separates us from every other country in the United States. And for 10 people to be disenfranchised, for people to say the voting is not safe, for people to have that out there that here we go again. It's disconcerting. To us, it's I'm sure it is to the voting public. One person not being able to vote is one too many, and to have 10 people not be able to vote is not a good thing. So that is where we stand. We are sending. We had our provisional ballot meeting this week. I think it was on Wednesday. No, it's on Tuesday. And we do know that 276 people, including myself, their provisional ballots were counted. And we have sent in the initial certification of our election to the state of Pennsylvania.
Just my thoughts. The judges of elections did a great job. They didn't panic. The training that they get is really stepped up in the last several years. We try to maximally train all the election workers, and we really stress training. And I think that was a big part of how they handled this. And the Election Bureau did a great job once they found out about it. But we had a backup plan with those poll books. They were at every precinct, so when they started using them, prior to that, they knew that you could vote by provisional ballot, which a lot of people did. So it had very, very small amount of impact. What happened, which could have been a disaster, but it was handled properly, and we got through it. And, thanks to the election workers and the Election Bureau for their efforts. And Scott, I'm glad you didn't get to vote.
Yeah,
you being there and
Yeah.
seeing it right then and there, that expedited the response.
There was a lot of self-doubt that day. There was a lot of me thinking, well, did I vote? Did I already vote? Did I vote? And, then you start thinking about the bad stuff. Was my vote stolen? Were we hacked? You start thinking about all the worst case scenarios. But yeah, it's.
In that 2024 file that they sent, we had a high turnout in 2024 because it was a presidential election. So most everybody, what was it, 70% turnout or something?
Yeah.
So 70% of the people on that list did vote. So they would be, bumped out, because they had already voted in 24. We needed 25, and we didn't get it.
And then we had a power outage, which in Salt Lake Town, which seemed like a small thing, but a power outage on election day, especially the November election, is a big deal. Although we have backup plans for batteries that our machines can work, if it gets dark, there's no lights. It becomes unsafe for the people coming to the polls, and we have backup plans there to try to get the fire departments and the township involved, and they were very responsive. But thankfully, West Penn got the power back on.
Great.
So power outages on election day we've had it before. This wasn't the first time, but they
We've
are
had
a
floods
problem.
and power outages, you name it.
So we have backup protocols for just about any situation, and we had to, again, the paper poll book was the backup protocol for issues with the electronic poll pads. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say, this is a good example of government transparency. I mean, we're up front with that. We're going to let you know what happened, what went on. I have a lot of trust in our administration here right now. But I think, what was the turnout? Almost 40%. It's approaching 40% once they get on the ballot.
It was a little over 39%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Which
Hair
is
and
good for
turnout was-
which is good for a municipal election. Any further public comment? Just chat online. I will read into the chat. It's on behalf, this is from Eric Snyder. On behalf of the Fayette Trails Coalition, we submit this comment in strong support of the Nyland Road Bridge construction project in Spring Hill Township. This project represents an important investment in safety, access, and long-term connectivity for residents, trail users, and the broader outdoor recreation network in southern Fayette County. Improving bridge infrastructure directly supports the region's efforts to build reliable transportation links, enhance multimodal mobility, and create safer conditions for pedestrians, cyclists, and drivers. The Nyland Road Bridge is a key local connector, and its reconstruction aligns with the FTC's mission to strengthen community access and outdoor recreation assets across the country. We also support the approval of change order for the Mill Run Trail project. We thank County Parks and Recreation Department and the County Commissioners for their support of the trail development. And then from Bill Cockington, the comment is, thank you for your support of the bridge project along the Mountain Road section from the Sheepskin Trail. So those have now been read into the because of Mr. Bush's resignation from the planning, is it planning commission?
Assessment Appeals Board.
Is that right? Assessment. Right,
Yeah.
okay, so we do have an open position for the Assessment Appeals Board. If you are interested in that position, you should contact Mary Over, Chief of Staff of the County Commissioners. Her email is mover@fayettepa.org. If you have any questions.
Individuals that have experience with properties, buying, selling, managing, improving, have the best background for that type of position. You are called on to hear appeals and to make decisions on valuation of properties and exemptions too, whether property should be exempt from taxation. Most of the work is done in the fall when we have a series of hearings, usually full days, several full days of hearings.
Deadline?
Deadline is
September 11th.
December 11th.
December 11th. Not September, December. That'd be next year.
Okay. Okay. So I'll give that to you to add to the minutes. Anything for the good of the order? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Second.
Motion is promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0, and we are adjourned, and thank you.
Thanks for coming.